Thank you for your purchase of the DPS3100 Smart Differential Pressure Transmitter. This video is to help guide you through the process of inspection and installation of the differential pressure transmitter. The DPS3100 is a microprocessor-based smart differential pressure transmitter. The transmitter offers a high accuracy capacity sensor, explosion-proof rating, long-term reliability, and digital communication for remote communication systems. The purpose of the DPS3100 is to monitor the difference in the pressure between the supply and return lines of your pumping system and provide a signal to the process controller to achieve maximum energy efficiency. The DPS3100 is a high-accuracy microprocessor-based differential pressure transmitter that utilizes an oil-filled capacitance sensor with all 316 stainless steel wetted materials. The enclosure can be rotated 360 degrees so it can be mounted in any orientation. Once the transmitter is installed, the front and the back covers can be locked with an Allen screw located at the base of the enclosure. The transmitter comes with 2 drain valves so that the lines can be drained during or after installation. The DPS3100 is designed to withstand severe environmental conditions. However, to ensure stable and accurate operation, the following precautions must be observed when setting or locating the transmitter. Avoid locations subject to wide temperature variations or significant temperature gradients. If the location is exposed to radiant heat from plant equipment, please provide adequate insulation or ventilation. Even though the transmitter is designed to be relatively resistant to shock and vibration, please install in a site with minimum shock and vibration. Most of all, select a place where the transmitter can be easily maintained. The DPS3100 has 2 1/4-inch MPT process connections. Use pipe tape or other suitable joint compounds when making the process connections to the pressure source. Avoid excess sealant, which could block the pressure ports. For liquid service, it's suggested to mount the transmitter horizontal to the pipe to prevent bubbles at the top of the pipe or sediment at the bottom of the pipe from collecting in the transmitter. The use of a DPS3100 1F 3-way manifold in conjunction with the DPS3100 is highly suggested. The 3-way manifold allows the transmitter to be removed from service without having to drain the system. The 3-way manifold can also isolate the high and the low side, allowing the operator to detect just the discharge or the supply lines independently. The 3-way manifold also allows the operator to equalize the high and the low side of the transmitter to check the 0 point. The DPS3100 1F has 2 1/2-inch MPT process connections and comes with all the hardware to mount directly to the DPS3100. After the transmitter is installed, bleed the air out of the system using the drain valves. Turn the drain valves counterclockwise to loosen them, allowing the air to bleed out of the system. When there is a steady stream of water, retighten the drain valves, making sure all the air is removed from the system. Any trapped air in the system can cause incorrect readings. The transmitter housing is composed of 2 parts, one side being electronics, the other side is the terminal block. The terminal block side is the transmitter's front side and is labeled field terminal on the housing. The terminal block can be accessed by removing the front cover. When wiring the power supply to the transmitter, make sure the positive and negative wires are connected correctly. The DPS3100 is a 2-wire loop-powered transmitter that requires a power supply between 11.9 and 45 V DC. When wiring the transmitter, install the signal cables away from potential sources of electrical noise such as transformers, electrical motors, and etc. Avoid running DC signal and AC power cables in the same cable conduits to avoid noise issues. After the DPS3100 is installed, it is recommended to power the transmitter to make sure the VFD graphic interface is receiving an input from the transmitter. The transmitter has additional terminals allowing the installer to check the output of the transmitter without having to disturb the 2 wires. The DPS3100 should not exhibit any field performance issues. Most issues are related to wiring the unit and should be exhibited during startup. If the transmitter has low, high, erratic, or no output, there are a few things to check to correct the problem. First, check the power supply to the transmitter. It should be between 11.9 and 45 V DC. Next, look for shorts, open circuits, or multiple grounds. Then make sure the wires to the signal terminals have proper polarity. Finally, check the loop impedance. If other issues are observed, it is recommended to contact the TACO tech support number.
TACO Hydronic Systems. Do your best work.